What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. Hi there. Hello. Welcome, welcome. My name is Alan Cox. You heard it there, but I'll say it again because it's my name and I can wear it out. Say hi to Bill Squire. He's right over there.
Hey, group of hugs, everybody.
Mary Santora is out. He's in Las Vegas for the first time. I guess I didn't realize that. She sent a picture, I guess when she landed yesterday, of all of the slot machines at the airport. As soon as you get off, as soon as you step foot in Vegas, they don't ever want you to stop gambling. And that's potentially a very bad place for Mary to be. So it's really going to test her mental fortitude, much more than, say, a guy foregoing masturbation. In the conversation yesterday, be a test of her mental fortitude. Speaking of which, Poundcake's back in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people. Happy Friday.
It is a Friday. If you want to talk about mental fortitude, look no closer than Cleveland's best sports talker, according to Cleveland Scene magazine. If you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. 216-578-1007. 800-348-1007. Those are the phone numbers to call. You can send a text. I'll always see those. 35192. If you listen on iHeartRadio from all around North America, you drop messages there too. I thought there was going to be another fight. I got my phone ready this morning, and I had it on video because it looked like another fight was going to break out right outside the studio window here on Euclid this morning. And I was like, oh! I watched for a second, and it looked like it was escalating, and so I grabbed my phone, threw it on video, and then they kind of walked out of frame. So I left the studio and walked, because the whole front here at 668 Euclid is all windows. And so if you see anything like that in the front sidewalk, you can walk out and follow it. It was a woman carrying an overflowing grocery basket. You know, like the kind that you'd find anywhere. You walk into a grocery store, and if you don't need enough things to fill a cart, you take a little basket. I think some stores got rid of those after COVID. They got rid of them during COVID and then just never brought them back. So there's a lot of grocery stores now you have to use a cart. Like Target still has them. I think Heineken still has them. And so it's this woman and this guy. He's much older than her. And they both look disheveled, but she's considerably younger than he is. So at first I thought maybe she was just doing something and he was interrupting her. But it becomes very clear that they know each other. And so they both stop. She gives him a push on the shoulder. And he's kind of taken aback. I'm like, here we go. And so I thought something was going to happen. And other than the two of them stopping intermittently on their walk and screaming in each other's faces, that doesn't really rise to the level of, that's not really a fight. That's just a verbal altercation. You know, when we first moved in here, a couple of months in, and I got the video of little Herb getting thrown to the ground outside. I can't go backwards from that. A verbal altercation doesn't rise to the level of a fight that you would film. But, listen, do I want people out here getting into fights? No. Does my phone want people out here getting into fights? Yes.
It always seems to happen.
Always.
Like right in front of this building, too. Because where was I going? I was picking up something. I think I was either going to Heinen's or I was going to the CVS. And this was after work. And there was two guys riding on a bike, and they were going fast. The bikers downtown are vicious. So these two guys on their bikes, and there was a guy walking across the street. One of the guys just hit the guy that was walking and hit him hard. And he's like,
a guy on a bicycle?
A guy on a bicycle hit a guy that was walking across the street. And it was like, oops, sorry, man. And the biker didn't even miss a beat. He didn't fall. He didn't, hit his brakes or anything, just hit him. And then I just heard all these expletives yeah, your wife's fat, go home and bang her, all this stuff. I was like, oh my God.
That's all he had was your wife's fat?
There was other stuff too.
Oh, okay.
Kind of
that was all you could, that's the only thing you can repeat.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. I was like, oh my gosh. And dude, I guess wasn't hurt. He just got up and walked away. I was like, damn. Hit someone on a bicycle and you didn't even fall. You didn't even break. didn't even miss a beat and just kept on rolling. Like, oh, sorry, got a schedule to keep.
Yeah, you keep on going. That's why you're on a bicycle. You got places to be.
But he was with a friend. Like, they were riding side by side. So I don't, dude. Cyclists are brave because I don't even trust myself walking across the street like in a car coming. These people are like in the street going side by side with a car, and you just got to trust that you're not going to get sideswiped by a mirror, or you're going to
somewhere along the line, the cycling community started to think that they don't need to be aware of their surroundings, that everyone else should defer to them, and that's in no way. Just because there are bike lanes doesn't mean that other people are paying attention to just you on your bike. You think you'd be paying more attention. But the cycling community has been accommodated to such a degree where they're like, expecting everyone else to look out for them. And that's just not what people are doing. People are barely paying attention to what they're doing, let alone other people. So that's how you end up with, listen, sometimes, as in that story Mary told about the guy on the bike that got hit with the van, sometimes it can make you a little bit of cash. But you can't count on that.
No, this dude just got trussed up and down by a guy that he hit. His wife's fat. He's going to have to go home and bang her and blah, blah, blah. Your son is a MFer, all this stuff.
Wow.
He went off.
Wasn't screwing around. You have to wonder if people's random street insults have ever spurred someone to take a look at their life. Like they're walking away and it's just a random insult that somebody throws out at you, but it happens to hit the bullseye. And you go home and you're like, oh my God, what have I?
There was a guy, I don't know if this was a meme. I forget what it was, but I saw it on Facebook. And the guy was like, I'm waiting in line at a stoplight. And this homeless guy's going up to each and every car and asking for money. He skipped my car because I had a crash.
Yeah, right.
Your car's so right. You're like, oh, he ain't got no money.
You need it just as much as I do.
I got an out headlight. So he just skipped my car. He's like, I almost hit the dude.
Right. It reminds me of Mulaney's bit about how teenagers, like middle school kids, are the meanest kids, and they will make fun of you, but in an accurate way. It's like, that dude has feminine hips. He's like, the thing I'm most insecure about.
Yes. Kids are nothing if not unfailingly either candid to a fault, and they will get you right between the ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
They'll do it.
There was a guy. There was a teacher. He was a substitute teacher, and he was tall, so they would roast him. He was like, how's the weather up there? And the guy was just like, I'm just here to collect my paycheck. And the guy was like, the kid was like, oh, I struck a nerve. You did not get a hug from your dad. And the dude got like really visibly upset, like turned red. He wanted to say something.
I guess so.
Well,
I mean, if you're tall.
Yeah, but it's also one of those things where like you're just sick of hearing it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't be a substitute teacher and expect like kids to
can
to behave. No,
you can't be a substitute teacher. I mean, you can be a substitute teacher and expect that they're not gonna, but you can expect it.
But I'm saying if I was a substitute teacher, I already know what I'm in for. Like, they're gonna make fun of my voice, they're gonna make fun of my chest, they're gonna like, are you gay? Like, kids, it was awful when I was in school. Now I have to go back.
I was going to say, how would the kids now know, and supposedly they didn't know when you were a kid?
They did know.
Oh.
I mean, they assumed, but honestly, when I came out, I didn't even get bullied anymore. They were like, we got it all out of our system. Like, there's nothing to make fun of you for anymore because you embrace it. So that was essentially it.
They were like, Cody, luckily for you, we pre-verbally assaulted you, so now you're fine.
They're like,
we pre-mocked you.
Before, when we call you a fag, it was just because, we didn't like you. Now
we can't call you that anymore.
Now it's hate crime. We can't do that.
You should have come out a lot earlier.